Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Northern Nevada, where it is our mission to grow together in love, faith, justice, and joy. We here at UUFNN believe that by being and working together, we can bring about justice and build a compassionate community. We welcome all to be a part of us, regardless of racial identity, ethnic background, age, economic circumstances, educational achievement, judicial history, immigration status, mental health status, sexual orientation, or gender identity. UUFNN is about compassion and support, not judgment. I'm JJ Lee, and I serve as your worship associate this morning. We at UUFNN love having new people join us for worship, and if that's you, feel free to contact the office or go to our website for more information. You can also click on the link in the chat box if you're online to fill out the newcomer form and sign up for our newsletter that will keep you informed of all the activities here at UUFNN. Also, for those meeting online, on Zoom, please update your name on screen to help everyone know who you are. Feel free to use the chat box for comments, especially during prayer and meditation sessions. Folks on Zoom are invited at the end of our service into small groups for coffee hour, with quotes around it, where we break into small groups to visit virtually face to face. Wherever you are worshiping from today, thank you for being with us this morning.
Well, happy May Day. One thing that you can be assured of at UUFNN is that every Sunday is a little bit different, and some Sundays are a lot different. Today is one of those on May Day. What a delight it is to look out our windows this morning and see the trees greening and bursting forth. Spring really is happening this time, I think. And what a delight it is to look out at all of you and see your faces and your eyes and feel the joy and wonder of connection. My heart overflows with gratitude at seeing you here and feeling the mystery and the wonder of our connection here in this place.
If you are joining us from online this morning, now is the time to find your chalice so that you can light your chalice with us as we light the one here. Sophie is going to light our chalice for us this morning. And the words that we're going to use this morning are our congregational covenant that we wrote together as a congregation. Over the last several years, we went through a very interactive process of figuring out what it was that we wanted to say about how it is that we want to be together here at UUFNN. We went through several iterations together as an entire congregation, and then a small working group made it beautiful, made our language beautiful into this one succinct congregational covenant. And on May 22nd at our congregational meeting, we will be voting on whether to adopt this covenant for our congregation. So we will remind you of the words this morning, and I invite you, as Reverend Karen and I read the words of our covenant, for you to respond after each piece of it with, "We create this community of faith together."
We aspire to build a democratic community that is based on trust, transparency, and open communication.
We create this community of faith together. We aspire to be present in the moment and listen to each other with honesty and compassion. We create this community of faith together.
We aspire to be good examples to our children in their lifelong journey of discovery and meaning.
We create this community of faith together. We aspire to respect individual lifestyles in an accepting atmosphere of love. We create this community of faith together.
We aspire to stand against racism and nurture a culture at UUFNN that is welcoming and safe for everyone.
We create this community of faith together. We aspire to be mindful of our own biases and show consideration for others in our words and actions. We create this community of faith together.
We aspire to affirm and practice the UU principles in our daily lives.
We create this community of faith together. We aspire to stay informed about our fellowship and be reliable stewards to ensure that we continue to grow in love, faith, justice, and joy.
We create this community of faith
together.
We aspire to honor all expressions of spirituality.
We create this community of faith together. And we aspire to create and nourish a balance between spirituality and social justice. We create this community of faith together.
Blessed be, and may it be so.
Gather here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gather here in the mystery of the hour, gather here in one strong body, gather here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gather here in the mystery of the hour, gather here in one strong body, gather here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Spirit draw near.
This is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to share our bounty with each other. It is through your generosity and dedication that we here at UUFNN are self-sufficient. By each of us stepping forward and offering what we can, we provide support for all that we do for each other and the wider community. Please share what bounty you can today by texting 73256. That's 73256. Type UUFNN in the message box and hit send. You can also mail a check to the office at 780 Del Monte Lane, Reno 89511, or if you want to simplify the process, you can sign up for automatic giving. Contact Carol at the office for the authorization form. Here to tell us about our Share the Plate for the month of May is Sophie.
Hi, I'm only going to take 2 to 4 minutes to explain about something that I'm very passionate about. So I got a call a couple of days ago that Reps for Recovery is the Share the Plate recipient for the month of May. This is a big deal because Reps for Recovery, we're a really modest local organization. And to tell you a little bit about our mission, so we are an organization, a nonprofit that gives free workouts to those seeking a sober lifestyle. So this started as a small little idea that has grown into scholarships for participants to get their level 1 CrossFit certification. So it's a full circle program. And for those of you who might not be part of the fitness community in that way, CrossFit can sound a little intimidating, but it's a really specific workout that includes cardio and muscles and lifting. And so for a person who might be looking to substitute something for alcohol and drugs, fitness becomes a really healthy substitute. So in the past 3 years, we've really grown from just giving free gym memberships to people seeking a sober lifestyle or life of recovery to being able to have coaches that have gone through our full program who are now certified fitness coaches who are still sober, and they help teach our classes. So if we can raise $1,000, that will support one scholarship that we will give away. We give away 2 scholarships in September, which is Recovery Month, as you may or may not know. And we honor 2 of our members, our Reps for Recovery members, with scholarships to become a fitness coach. The 3 of our coaches that received those scholarships last year are not only still sober, but are also starting to teach at other gyms around the community. So it gives life skills, job skills, and a healthy community to those seeking a sober lifestyle. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. One last side note, I'm sure I'm at the top of my 4 minutes. I met my fiance, who's right over here, who's going to be mad that I pointed him out. We met through Reps for Recovery. So when we have a venue that is safe and open, judgment-free to those who are seeking a lifestyle of recovery, you just never know what might happen. And we have 2 other members who just got engaged as well. So lots of things. Your contribution will help so huge. Thank you for listening, and let the offertory begin.
Hi, my name is Kyle. I will be playing a song by Gosik. It's called Gavote.
Thank you. That was lovely. Please join me as we bless these offerings. To the work of this fellowship, which is helping more people grow in love, faith, justice, and joy, we dedicate ourselves and these our offerings.
If we pay attention to TV and radio at all, what we know beyond the shadow of a doubt is if we use a particular cologne or perfume, our life will be transformed because people will be flocking to us, right? If we drive this particular car, our life will be transformed because we will see ourselves differently, right? And if we write with this particular pen, our life will be transformed because from then on, everything we write will be perfect, just perfect. Are you with me so far? So some of you know that I have a background in sales, one of my earlier careers. And if we pay attention to the messages that we get from advertising, what they're really selling is not the product itself, but what we call owner benefits. What they're selling is how your life will change if you buy this particular product. So when I say to you today that I'm going to teach you how to transform your life in 3 easy steps, Am I being just a little bit sensational? Well, of course, it's auction day. We got to have a little fun, right? And yet, stay with me, there might just be some tidbits of wisdom available today. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Brené Brown and her work. And so I'm going to offer you a video this morning that I think has some very particular wisdom about one of the ways that we might think about transforming our life. See what you think.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you climb down. I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone. Sympathy is, ooh, it's bad, no, you want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with at least. Yeah. And we do it all the time. Because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So, I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now, I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
Powerful, isn't it? Sympathy versus empathy. It turns out that empathy is a skill that we can practice and we can get better at. I have to confess to you that sometimes I'm pretty good at conveying empathy in certain situations, and sometimes I am really not. Sometimes I just go right into fix-it mode. It's where we want to go, right? We want to help so badly that we go right into fixing it and rescuing and wanting to make it better so badly, rather than sit with someone in their feelings, which can be transformative for that person and for us. So maybe we can transform our life by living in true empathy when the opportunity arises. Janine Franklin Clark, a member here, and I have her permission to share this story, but when I was just back a few weeks ago from sabbatical, I talked to her outside for a little while, and she told me that every person here had been so supportive of her in her loss of Richard, in sharing love and support and empathy and caring for her, and it had made such a difference. And she kept saying over and over, every person here, every person, how is it that every person here is like that? And that's genuinely her perspective, that every person here has shared with her in that way. She has experienced empathy, and it has helped her so much. Janine has also said, I'm so grateful for this place. It has saved me. It has helped so much. Which brings me to the second way I'm going to offer to transform our life this morning, and that is gratitude. Janine has experienced multiple losses lately, and yet her perspective is one of gratitude. She's living from that place, and gratitude is also a skill that we can practice and get better at in our lives. There's gratitude journals, there's all kinds of reminders and apps and all kinds of things to help us make the shift from a negative perspective, a complaining perspective, other perspectives, to living in gratitude. When we live in gratitude, we tend to find more joy. I try to make it a practice when I'm going to sleep at night to name 20 things that I'm grateful for from that day. And maybe some nights I don't make it to 20 before you know what happens, but it helps me close out my day by tracing through my day and looking for the things to be grateful for. Small things and larger things. Looking for gratitude. And I think a third way that we can transform our lives is to find some way to be a blessing to someone else every single day. Random act of kindness was a thing for a while, but find a way to be a blessing. I know that when I experience myself as being generous, whether financially, emotionally, spiritually, it changes my day. I like myself better. I get to experience joy. I smile at myself. In short, I'm transformed. And so the invitation is ours to transform our lives, to be kind to ourselves. Be kind to ourselves. What a concept. And being kind to others, dropping the judgment of ourselves and others. We don't know what others are going through, but being a blessing to someone every day. And so we're going to do a little practice about how to do that today. And what I'm going to invite you to do, you're going to find at your table or near your seat somewhere a yellow piece of paper. I'm going to invite you to access that piece of paper. And we're going to take just a few moments and write on that a blessing that you would like to offer to someone else. Maybe it's just what you need to hear. Maybe it's you are special. Maybe it's you are enough. Maybe it's you have what it takes to live your dreams. Just a phrase or a sentence of encouragement, a blessing, an affirmation, something that you would like to receive yourselves. And someone else will receive this in just a few minutes. So we're just going to take a few minutes and let you think and write. And those that are joining us on Zoom today can begin to do the same thing in the chat and then we'll get some different instructions in just a few minutes. When you finish writing, you can fold them up several times so we know that you're done. And then we're going to collect these in a basket of blessings. You can just hold it up when you're ready, and we'll come around and collect them. You can fold them up so they can't be seen. Beautiful. You're so good at following instructions today. The auction's going to go really well. Has everybody turned one in that would like to? If there's still any out there, just raise your hand. Okay, so now the basket is going to come back to you, and you get to pick the blessing that is for you today. So let's wait and open them, and we'll all open them together once everybody has one. Does everybody have one now who turned one in? Raise your hand if you don't have one. Looks like everybody has one. Oh, a couple people over here don't have them. Okay, so on the count of 3, open and take in the blessing that is meant for you today. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So already you have practice in being a blessing to others and receiving a blessing and seeing what that might hold for you. And now you know how to transform your life in 3 easy steps. May it be so. Blessed be.
Come and pray in the spirit of wisdom. Come and pray in us. Come and pray in the spirit of wisdom. Spirit come, Spirit come. Come and pray in the spirit of wisdom. Come and pray in us. Come and pray in us, spirit of wisdom. Spirit come, Spirit come.
We join our hearts and our minds and our spirits together for a few moments of quiet reflection, meditation, and prayer. We bring to these moments today the joys and celebrations and milestones being celebrated amongst families and friends. And we bring to these spaces our worries and our fears, our loneliness, our hurts, our grieving, our loss. We remember in our hearts today those who are feeling that they've made a mistake and need help, those who are lonely, those who are grieving. And we send out our love and our energy to those persons and those places in the world where our energy of love and our message of kindness and blessing can only be a help. We take a few moments for reflection, and those who are on Zoom with us are welcome to record what is on your hearts in the chat. And so we gather all that is in our hearts this morning. Even those things that are held so deeply, we have no words. And we know that together they are held in the heart of love. And we offer a gesture this morning, whether we're on Zoom or here in this room, one hand on the heart, the other hand extended outward. And it's our way of saying we are all in this together. We see you, we hear you, we are together. Let no one feel alone. Blessed be, and amen.
Thank you so much for being with us today. As we close out our service, we have a few announcements. The first is that in a couple weeks, May 15th, we are going to have an in-person outdoor program for children and youth. And it needs some special supplies this time. So if you can let me know if you think that you or a child or youth that you are connected to would like to participate in that program, will you come and let me know or send me an email so that I can make sure I have enough supplies for everybody? So do that sometime this coming week so that I can order our special supplies, please. And the second announcement I wanted to share is about our sexuality education program called Our Whole Lives, or OWL for short. As some of you know, this is a national program that Unitarian Universalists co-developed many years ago. And it's a really special program that we offer for people of all ages. It starts literally in kindergarten, in very age-appropriate ways, and goes all the way through adulthood. And we offer this kind of program across the country in partnership with other congregations. And I'm telling you about this today because we are excited that even during this pandemic, we were able to offer our Whole Lives program, the middle school version of this program, this year to 13 youth. And the program ends today. And I am just so pleased that we were able to offer this very special program to 13 youth during a pandemic. And not only that, we had two facilitators, Terry DeBarger and Carol Sorensen, who have been longtime proponents of Our Whole Lives and have stuck with it through what is a very comprehensive and very lengthy program. And so I wanted to offer much gratitude to the two of them. And this year, we also took a very special approach in that we worked with one of the local Waldorf schools. So we actually have two facilitators from the Waldorf school who co-facilitated this program with us. And they have offered Our Whole Lives to their 4th to 6th graders, and then had those youth come and join us for the 7th to 9th grade program as well. This is an awesome program that we offer, and I just hope that you will extend your gratitude to Terry and to Carol, who put a lot of time and effort to this program throughout this year. And we hope that we'll continue developing this partnership with our community in the future. I have a dream. I have a dream that we will offer Our Whole Lives for free to anybody who needs it at all ages of this program in our community, throughout our entire Northern Nevada community. So let's hold that hope and thank Carol and Terry especially today.
I wanted to offer some encouragement to you to attend our Uua General Assembly in June. This summer, our General Assembly is when thousands of Unitarian Universalists from all over come together for workshops and worship and inspiration and speakers. And it's in Portland, Oregon. It's very close to us this year, and it's not always. So it's a dynamite opportunity to attend with some easy travel. If you don't want to travel and attend in person, there's always the online opportunity. Folks in person are going, or myself, Jackie Riley, Adrienne Fisher, a few others. But if you want to look into that, there's lots of information in your weekly email, and it's a great opportunity since it's so close this year. So I really encourage you to think about attending if at all possible. This year, for the first time in a couple of years, the Reno Interfaith Prayer Breakfast is going to happen at the Atlantis on May 18th. And what I'm so excited to tell you this morning is that this year, the prayer breakfast will offer awards and congratulations and recognitions to organizations who have made a difference throughout the pandemic. And our own Reno Posse is going to be one of those honored at the breakfast. May 18th, 7 a.m. Tickets are in your email. I want it to sound exponentially like that when they mention the Reno Posse that morning. So come join us. If you buy a ticket, let them know the Reno Posse table is where you'll be sitting, and that way they'll kind of put us all together. It's going to be great fun. And while we're at it, I think it would be appropriate to just recognize for a moment Jane Dunn, who's so... Thank you. Who so ably and capably and creatively makes sure that hungry people get fed every single Wednesday. So that's an exciting recognition. So it would be fun to be there together and share in that. I don't know if you know this, you might have missed this, but today's auction Sunday. And what's going to happen when we close our worship is things are going to be set up for lunch. In just a few minutes after the close of worship, you can begin to eat and to look at the auction items that are around the room, and the party will begin pretty immediately after the close of worship. Let's close with one of my favorite community songs, Emma's Revolution's I Will Stand.
I will stand.
rise in body or spirit to receive the blessing. Beloveds, may you take moments to receive deep in your spirit the blessings that come your way, expected or unexpected. And would you take the energy of that and fling forth love, being a blessing to our world who so needs it? You have what it takes. Know that. Blessed be. Amen and namaste.